All right, so are you ready to dive deep? Because today we're going to be taking a look at a commencement speech that you all sent in a bunch.
Oh, yeah. This looks good.
It's by Denzel Washington, and it's not your typical, follow your dreams kind of thing.
Right.
It's something much deeper.
This is going to be good.
Yeah, it's about faith. It's about putting God first. So we're going to explore what that means in this deep dive.
Absolutely. And how it can impact our lives for the better.
Exactly. And he doesn't just preach at us. He tells us his own story.
Yeah.
He starts out by talking about flunking out of college with a 1.7 GPA. Can you imagine?
I mean, Denzel Washington struggling academically.
Oh, wow.
It really just goes to show you.
Makes you feel a little better about your own life, right?
Yeah, exactly. None of us are immune to those setbacks. But what's so powerful about his story is how he connects that period of uncertainty to a pivotal moment in his mother's beauty shop.
I love this story.
Oh, it's so good. There was a woman there who basically prophesied that he'd travel the world and speak to millions.
And it's just wild because, we know Denzel now.
Right.
It's like, wow.
Talk about foreshadowing.
Yeah. And it's like, sometimes you have to lose your way to find your path.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
It's like that saying. And it really just brings a whole other meaning to that woman's words.
Absolutely. And, I think it speaks to the core of what it means to put God first.
Yeah.
It's about trusting in a plan that's bigger than our own, even when we can't see the full picture. It's about surrendering to a higher purpose and having faith that, things will unfold as they should.
And I think that's a really hard thing to do sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely.
It takes practice.
It does take practice.
And Denzel even admits that he hasn't always perfectly followed that path.
Yeah, he's human.
He says he hasn't always stuck with God, but that God has always stuck with him.
Which is comforting, right?
Oh, that is such a powerful and relatable message.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, none of us are perfect.
No.
And, our faith journeys, they're rarely linear.
Not at all. But this whole idea that even when we stray, we're never abandoned, that's a cornerstone of the Christian faith.
Right. It's that unconditional love,
Yes.
that unwavering grace. So I want to ask you, those listening, have there been times in your life where you felt that guiding hand, even when you might have felt lost or off course?
It's a powerful reminder that we're never truly alone.
Exactly. And building on that idea of resilience, Denzel then throws out this phrase, fail big.
Fail big.
Now, at first glance, that seems counterintuitive.
Yeah, you don't usually hear that in a graduation speech.
No.
But he's not celebrating recklessness here. He's pushing us to break free from fear.
Yeah.
And step outside of those comfortable boxes that we often build around ourselves.
He uses that analogy of the 9-dot puzzle, where you have to think outside the lines to connect them all.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, he's saying don't limit your thinking, especially when it comes to your faith.
Right. It's about expanding our understanding of what's possible through faith, not confining it to a set of rules or expectations. I mean, to really put God first, we have to be willing to embrace the unknown. Yeah. To step out in faith even when the outcome is uncertain. So I want to throw it back to think about it. What are some of the boxes you might be living in right now? Yeah. Those self-imposed limitations that might be holding you back from truly experiencing the fullness of your faith.
It's a good question, and he doesn't stop there.
Oh, no.
He's all about action, He's
a man of action.
Yeah, he really emphasizes that dreams without goals are just, dreams.
Right.
He even makes this sharp distinction between movement and progress.
Oh, I love that.
I do too, because it's so easy to get caught up in busy work without actually moving forward.
Oh, it's so true. It's like going through the motions of faith without truly engaging with it.
Right.
Denzel challenges us to move beyond just attending church or saying prayers. He's calling for a deeper level of intentionality, a conscious effort to align our actions with our beliefs.
Yeah. And it's important to note, he's not talking about these grand gestures of faith.
Oh, no.
He uses this hilarious example of setting a daily goal of not cursing someone out.
Okay, classic Denzel, right? Funny but profound.
Yeah.
He's highlighting that putting God first isn't about achieving some unattainable level of piety. It's about those small daily choices.
Yeah.
Those seemingly insignificant actions that actually shape our character and bring us closer to God.
And that's what it's all about.
It really is. So what are some small, manageable spiritual goals that you could set for yourself? Maybe it's starting each day with a short prayer.
Yeah.
Or spending a few minutes in reflection, or even just making a conscious effort to be kinder and more patient with those around you.
That's a great one.
Just little things.
Little things add up.
Exactly.
And then he hits us with this powerful metaphor, and it's a little bit of a reality check.
Okay.
He says, you'll never see a U-Haul behind a hearse.
Whoa, that's stark.
Yeah, but it gets you thinking.
It really does. It forces us to confront our priorities.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of things, are we focusing on accumulating material possessions, or are we focused on building a legacy of love, service, and faith?
The big question.
It is. And to put God first means to recognize that our worth isn't tied to what we own, but to the impact we make on the lives of others.
And that ties directly into that Christian concept of selfless service.
Yes.
Putting the needs of others before our own.
Absolutely. A core principle that Denzel emphasizes throughout his speech.
Yeah.
He even goes so far as to say that helping others is the most selfish thing you can do because of the incredible joy and fulfillment it brings.
I love that.
It's like this beautiful paradox where by giving ourselves to others, we actually enrich our own lives in ways that we could never have imagined.
Yeah.
So how can you apply this principle of selfless service in your own life? What gifts, talents, or resources do you have that you can share with others?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be grand or complicated. Even the smallest acts of kindness can ripple outward, creating a positive impact on the world around us.
I love that.
Just think about it.
Yeah.
So true.
Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah.
And
That idea of connecting with something larger than ourselves kind of segues perfectly into Denzel's next point.
Yeah, okay.
He drops this advice that almost seems random at first.
What's that?
He says, put your slippers under your bed.
Slippers. Okay.
Yeah, no, when I first heard it, I was like, what? Slippers? What do slippers have to do with faith?
Right.
But it's classic Denzel. He uses these everyday images to drive home these profound truths. So think about it. If your slippers are way under the bed, you got to get down on your knees to reach them every morning.
Oh, I see what he's doing there.
Right.
Yeah, it's like a subtle nudge toward starting each day with prayer, that act of humbling ourselves before God.
Precisely. And he doesn't stop there.
Oh, no.
He goes on to emphasize not just, asking for things,
Yeah.
but actually cultivating an attitude of gratitude. He says to thank God for grace, mercy, understanding, even wisdom,
Yeah.
all those qualities we need to navigate life's challenges.
Right. And then he adds this really interesting twist. He says, to thank God in advance for what's already yours.
I love that.
It's so powerful.
It is.
And, it resonates deeply with this idea of faith as a driving force in our lives.
Yeah.
By thanking God in advance, we're essentially claiming those blessings. We're aligning our thoughts and actions with the outcome that we desire.
It's like we're saying, I trust that you've got my back, God.
Yeah.
And I'm already grateful for the blessings that you're bringing my way.
It's such a powerful way to shift our perspective,
It really is.
from one of scarcity to one of abundance.
Absolutely. And it ties in with the concept of positive affirmations,
Yeah.
Speaking those things that we want to see manifest into existence.
Yeah. Love that.
So I want to ask those listening, what are you grateful for today?
Yeah.
And how can you take that gratitude and use it to fuel your faith journey?
And then Denzel gets to the heart of what it means to truly embrace our potential.
Okay.
He talks about recognizing that ick,
Yeah.
that burning desire within us as God's proof that it can be attained.
What does he mean by that?
He's basically saying that our deepest desires, those dreams that keep us up at night, they're not random.
Okay.
They're divinely inspired.
I like that.
Yeah, it's like God's way of nudging us towards our true calling,
Yeah.
revealing our purpose in this world.
I see it.
But Denzel's quick to add that faith without action is incomplete.
Right. You can't just sit around and wait for things to happen.
No, he urges us to claim it, work hard to get it.
You got to put in the work.
Yeah, so it's not about passively waiting for our dreams to magically appear.
Yeah.
It's about actively pursuing them,
Yeah.
putting in the effort, the sweat, the tears,
Yeah.
knowing that God is working alongside us every step of the way.
That's powerful.
It is. And, and then he ends his speech with this powerful call to action.
Okay. What's that?
Each one teach one.
Oh, I love that.
It's a reminder that the journey of faith isn't meant to be traveled alone. We're called to share our knowledge, our experiences, our triumphs, and even our failures with others. We're meant to uplift and support each other.
It takes a village.
It does, to build each other up in faith.
And it's that beautiful concept of community.
Yes.
Recognizing that we're all interconnected, all part of something much larger than ourselves.
Absolutely. And that brings us back to Denzel's central message.
Yeah.
Putting God first.
Right.
It's not just a personal journey.
Yeah.
It's a communal one. By putting God first, We naturally align ourselves with a purpose that transcends our individual desires, a purpose that's about serving and uplifting others.
And that's what it's all about.
That's it.
It's like when we shift that focus, from ourselves to others, that's when we truly start to see the impact of putting God first.
Yeah.
It's about recognizing that our talents, our success, our very existence. It isn't just for our own benefit. It's about using those gifts to serve a purpose larger than ourselves.
It's like that line from the Gospel of Matthew. For everyone who has will be given more, and he will have abundance. Whoever does not have, even what he has will be taken from him.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
And Denzel's message really echoes that idea.
It does.
Of using what we've been given to make a difference.
Absolutely. And, he leaves us with this powerful question to ponder.
Okay.
What itch or God-given desire are you ready to claim and work towards?
Ooh, I like that.
It's a call to action, an invitation to reflect on our deepest aspirations and to align those aspirations with our faith.
It's almost like he's daring us to dream big,
Yeah.
to tap into that God-given potential that sort of resides within each of us. But more importantly, he's reminding us that we have the power with God's grace to bring those dreams to life.
It all comes back to faith.
It really does.
Wow. What an incredible speech, packed with so much wisdom and inspiration.
So good.
Denzel Washington, the director, the icon.
Yeah.
But also Denzel Washington, the man of faith. Sharing his journey and reminding us that putting God first isn't about following a set of rules. It's about living a life of purpose, integrity, and service to others.
It's about recognizing that our journey is guided by a higher power, and that through faith, hard work, and a willingness to step outside our comfort zones, we can achieve anything we set our minds to.
It's a journey of growth, resilience, and unwavering belief in a power greater than ourselves.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Denzel Washington's inspiring message.
Yeah, we hope you found it as thought-provoking and motivating as we did.
We'd love to hear your thoughts, what resonated with you most.
Yeah, have you experienced the power of putting God first in your own life?
Share your experiences in the comments below.
And if you're looking for more inspiring content like this, be sure to subscribe to our channel, Faith Revelator, for weekly doses of wisdom, encouragement, and spiritual insights.
Until next time, keep the faith and keep striving for greatness.